Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Joel. I'm now a nurse graduate from Imperial Valley College and an ER nurse. And for today's video, it's going to be my regrets of using my iPad for nursing school. Now, regarding the iPad, I know like most of my viral videos have been of the iPad. So I have like one here, I believe, that it's like my comparison between the MacBook and the iPad. And then I have another one here that it's like how I use it for note-taking. And I'm very surprised on how well this one has done, like the 5,000 views one. So yeah, so I do want to make like another one of an iPad video, but now there's going to be like a little bit of a counter, a thing that will probably contradict some of the things that I said of the MacBook, of the iPad, and give more props to the MacBook or just a computer in general. So the first one will be the size. And the size, I mean like the size of the iPad. Now, at first I got it because, you know, it's a 12.9 inch, it's a bigger screen, why wouldn't I want it? Now, I later on noticed that when I was in my desk and at school in class, I have my MacBook in front and then I have my iPad underneath it. And I did find it like sometimes inconvenient of like this big iPad and then my computer there. I don't know, like it was too big overall, everything. And my other friends who had their iPads, their regular size iPad Air, like 10.5 inch, or the regular iPad, which is pretty much like the same size. They also had the computers, and they definitely had like more space than me. I don't know if it's like those 2 inches are like the deal breaker, I guess. But at least for me, it was like I felt sometimes like it was unnecessary to have like that type of size for a MacBook. Like literally, there was no reason for me to have it. So yeah, after like a year in nursing school, I was like, yeah, it's really not worth it to have like this big size of an iPad. The second one's the storage. I got the 64 gigabyte, so the inconvenient part of me was getting the 64, where I thought it was gonna be okay, because I wasn't planning on downloading all my books here, just like my notes, few videos here and there. But then I had to buy like the iCloud 200 gigabyte of storage, which is like $299 per month, which is not a lot really, but you know, why go to that if I can just get like a 125 or a 256 gigabytes and just avoid the $299? So yeah, like storage for me was like a little bit inconvenient. I had to erase like a lot of pictures from my iPad, which were, I guess it was fine, but just like the inconvenience of me just like erasing the pics to get like more storage. The third one would be convenience. Like the for me, it was inconvenient to have like this type of iPad due to the size, due to the storage size of like the bigger screen, the storage regarding like the capability of the things that I can put there. So for me, like it wasn't very convenient for me to have the iPad and of this size. The iPad in general, it's a really good thing, and it's one of the best investments you can do as a student, especially if you love taking notes. Once you get your iPad and you get like the paper-like screen protector, which is really not a screen protector, but it's a paper-like feeling here that goes in your tablet. That really gives you the sense that you're writing in a notebook. So that really helped me to get used to it, because if I didn't have it, like typing or writing on a screen, it felt weird. So definitely the paper-like, and the whole concept of the iPad using notability, which is what I'm using right now here actually. I don't know if you guys can tell a little. Let me just like erase, just lower the brightness. So I have it here. I don't know if it looks like really good, which is what I'm doing my video of. So I do like my iPad. Like I don't want you guys to get like the bad image of like, oh, my regrets of getting the iPad overall. Like no, the iPad itself is a really good concept. It's a really good thing. Apple Pencil, one of the best things, especially the wireless, because you can just charge it and very convenient. But overall, like just getting like the biggest screen was definitely not the way I should have approached it. And everybody that has messaged me on the comments on the MacBook versus iPad or any one of my iPad videos that I make, which has probably been like 3, that I've been like, they ask me like, oh, I'm gonna go into this, like what do you recommend? I literally always tell them iPad Air for sure, 256 gigabytes, or if you can, get the iPad, regular size iPad with the Apple Pencil, whatever you want. So because for me, like after a while, I know like size in this case mattered. Because it was very inconvenient for me to have like the biggest screen. Now that's for me, and I love having everything big, like the widest screen and everything, except for the MacBook, which I got it when this was new, and then they got like the newest MacBook, which was like biggest screen in size. But I was like, nah, I'm good with mine. Yeah, so overall, like nah, it wasn't really convenient for me to have this type of size. And then the last one I want to say, it's like, at least back in the day, my knowledge back then was like, this iPad is going to be my new computer, because my HP computer sucked. because it was like very old. I had it since high school, so it's like, why get a new one when I can literally just get a good iPad, get the keyboard, which is like $320, and just go from there, you know, and just have that as my new computer. But then I noticed that it was definitely, there was a really big margin in order for it to be a computer. It's not really capable, at least for me, to be a computer. So then I had regret of getting the Magic Keyboard and then getting the biggest size iPad, because it was like, why am I doing this? Why can't I just get like a good computer, which could be like a MacBook or whatever other computer, and just have like a regular size iPad with the Apple Pencil? You know, that could have saved me like money, I guess. So later on, then I got the MacBook Pro because I wanted to edit my videos and everything, and then for school, I guess, watch videos and everything high resolution. But yeah, like the iPad was like pretty much just there for notes, and whenever I was in class, I had my iPad, my MacBook, and it always felt like I was like this. I was like all squished in there. I made it work eventually, but you know, it was not convenient for me to do it. So if I could go back in time, I would definitely change it. And if they do make like a new new iPad, I'm sorry, that is not the Pro, or maybe the Pro that's 10.5 inch, you know, like a really big significance, then I'll probably like switch out for the smallest size, like the 10.5. That should be fine. I've seen it with friends, and they lent me like their iPads, and I'll be like, yeah, like this is a good size, like honestly. And like right now, I'm in love with the iPad Air, the blue model, and I was this close of getting it and trading my my iPad, which they offered me like $350 for the 12.9 inch. So I was like, I felt like disrespected, but I was like, nah, like I guess I'm good. Like I don't really have an urge right now to getting one. So yeah, like those were like the things that I want you guys to consider in regards to the iPad, and why for me, like those were my regrets. Overall, the message is the size. Get the smallest size. The 10.5 is perfect, and you'll see it's perfect. And yeah, and if you want like the biggest screen just because you want it, like everybody can do their own thing, right? But at least for me, I had that mentality too, and then later on, after like a year, I was like, you know what, like it's probably not a good idea. I can just like zoom and then remove the zoom and stuff and just move it, you know, it doesn't really change a lot. So I had my MacBook with me as a duo. Like it was like a little bit inconvenient for me to have like the biggest size of the iPad. But yeah, so that was pretty much it. Before I end this video, I do want to say that if you guys haven't followed me on Instagram, then do so you guys can message me and tell me like everything that you're going on in nursing school, any help that you need, or any just like time for you to just let everything out. That's one. And then the second one, I do want to say thank you, I guess, because now we have like 203 subscribers, so that's pretty good. At least for me, that's a big milestone. I think we reached 200, I think it was on a Sunday. So, and then it went to 201. But I was like 199 like for a while. It was probably like for 3 days. I normally check my subscriber count like twice every day. Normally like at midday and then towards like 8 or 9 in the night. So I was like, oh. So yeah, now I do want to thank you guys for joining part of this family, and thank you guys for like always supporting me. And yeah, and then the next one I'm gonna do like a Q&A. So on Instagram later on, I'm gonna post like a thing where you can put like a question, and then the next video is gonna be like me answering those questions. So it could be like anything overall. It could be like nursing, personal, and in personal we can go into a wide subject, right? Like anything you want, honestly. I'll answer it. Like I don't really mind anything at all, and I promise I won't leave anything out. I'll just go with everything, and I'll try to categorize it if I can, like if it's like work, nursing tips, or like relationship, and like religion, like I don't know, whatever you guys want to ask me, and we'll go from there. So yeah, it will be a pretty fun video, nice one to do and edit. So yeah, you guys stick here to the end of this video. Thank you so much guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.